So today I'm going to customize my Pioneer 1000 in a way that has never been done before. And voila! Wait, what? So yes, I sold the Honda Pioneer 1005 and bought a Yamaha Wolverine X4. Wait, no, hold on. I know a lot of you guys subscribe to me because you're Honda owners, you love your Pioneers. So let me just start off here right now before you go clicking away and clicking that unsubscribe. I still have my little 500, okay? He's not going anywhere anytime soon. In fact, for you 500 owners, there's some exciting things coming down the line here because I've been in contact with a company that's making and developing a lot of aftermarket parts for this, and they are possibly going to work with me in doing a pretty awesome build on this guy here in the future. So 500 sticking around, hopefully you guys stick around. And before I go any farther, I want to make sure here to stress to you guys that I did not sell the Pioneer 1000 because I did not like it. I still think and still believe it is a great, versatile machine. However, it just didn't fit my needs or my riding style as well as the Yamaha X4 does. And one cat I'm going to have to let out of the bag that some of you guys may know if you follow me on Facebook is I grew up on Yamaha. Between Grizzlies, Blasters, Rhinos, I bled blue long before I bled red. And when I got to demo an X4 last year for the review I did, which I'm proud to say I was one of the very first YouTubers to have a review video of the X4 up, I absolutely fell in love with this machine. And I will be bringing you guys a more in-depth review of the Yamaha Wolverine X4 now that I own one and can get a lot more seat time in it. But for now, I just want to give you guys a couple reasons why I sold the 1000 and went with the Yamaha X4. And as you guys can probably guess, the first thing I'm going to talk about is seat comfort. There is no comparison between the Pioneer 1000 and the X4 for seat comfort. These seats in the X4 are absolutely amazing. And the Pioneer's front bench seat, it wasn't uncomfortable. It was very cushiony, it was very plush. But where this machine really shines is in the rear seats. And let's be honest, if you guys own a 1005, you know that the rear seats, although they are quite innovative in the way they stow, so you have the dump bed and then fold up for a passenger, they are not the most comfortable by far. The padding is pretty thin. The room you have in your footwell is very small and you feel like your knees are up in your face almost. And unless you're just using it for short rides or for little kids that aren't as prone to complain as adults, they're really not good for all-day riding. The X4, however, has these nice seats that are just as comfortable here in the back as they are the front. And not only that, but I have a crap ton of legroom here. And in the few weeks I've owned this, guys, I can tell you without a doubt that my kiddos prefer riding in this far more than they did the 1005. Now, although the comfort is a lot better here in the X4, probably the biggest deciding factor on selling the 1000 to buy the X4 was the size of the machine itself. I live on the East Coast where a lot of the trails I ride, they're small, they're narrow, you're winding in between trees, and you can't deny that the Pioneer 1000, she's a big girl, and she needs a lot of room to maneuver. The X4 being just over 59 inches wide is a lot better suited for those kind of trails than the 64-inch wide Pioneer 1000. And yes, I will be the first to admit that I am going to miss the power and speed advantage the Pioneer had over the X4. However, in my time riding this in my trails, I have found that on average, I can actually carry a greater speed through my trails with the X4 than I could the 1000 because I don't have to worry about checking all my corners, easing through tight turns around trees in this guy like I did the 1000. So I'm actually able to enjoy the trails better because I'm able to hit them faster in this guy than I could the 1000. And one more thing here I need to mention as far as in-cab noise and heat.
there is no comparison between the X4 and the Pioneer 1000. The X4 is far quieter. It is far more cooler. If you guys own a Pioneer 1000, you know that has been a major issue with those guys since they came out. And the final push for my wife and I for selling the 1005 and getting the X4 was the fact that the bars behind the front bench seat could get so hot that I was afraid my kids were going to burn their hands on them if they ever touched them after a long day of riding. Which, as far as the X4 goes, that is not a concern. There is hardly any heat escapes up through into the cabin, which is very impressive, figuring this is still a center mounted engine and you're still basically sitting right on top of it. I mean, I think back to when I had my 660 Rhino, and that thing was just, it was awful. The Wolverine X4, however, none of that exists. And you also have to admit that these Wolverines, be it the R-Spec, the X4, the X2, they just downright look mean. So they're just a couple quick thoughts on my reasoning on selling the Pioneer 1000 to get a Yamaha X4. Once I get through the break-in period with this guy, I'll bring you guys a full in-depth review in which I'll be using my new review system, so I'm excited to try that out for you guys and get your opinions on whether you like it or not. And of course, you guys can expect me to do the same high-quality how-to videos with this guy that I have done and will continue to do with my Pioneer. And if you own an X4 yourself, then I want to know what kind of products you'd like to see me review for this guy. So if some of you are watching this and you make aftermarket products for the Yamaha X4 and would like me to do a product review for you, then make sure you shoot me an email at AppalachianMountainRiders@gmail.com. So whether you own a Honda or a Yamaha, keep in mind, guys, it doesn't matter what you ride as long as you ride. And as always, keep on riding. Thinking about what I'm gonna say.
Oh, the amount of work I gotta put in to be a one-man operation. Whew. So yes, I sold the Honda Pioneer 1005 and bought a Yamaha Wolverine X4.
Why didn't you get a nice Can-Am?
Because I like Yamaha. I knew he was gonna do something the way he was standing.
Finito!
Appalachian Mountain Riders is brought to you in part by the following. The Honda Side-by-Side Club, because who knows the machines better than the owners that use them every day. Walker Evans Racing. When the path requires more than just ordinary, head on over to walkerEvansRacing.com. Torque Locker from Torque Masters Industries. When you want to explore the unexplored, head on over to torquemasters.com. And by my gracious supporters on Patreon.